Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. Well, I'm standing out here on my deck getting ready to shoot another Natural Remedies testimony. This is going to be, did I write it down? I think it's part 12 if I remember correctly. I forgot to write it down on here. So since I'm out here and I got chickens running around, you'll hear all kinds of chicken noises back here, including a young cockerel that's just recently learned how to crow. So if you're new to my channel, what these videos are about, it's a whole running series I have, and people will send me their testimonies about how they healed themselves, their family, their pets from various different things using natural remedies, whether it be just whole foods, herbs, and so much more. So let's get to the testimonies I have for today. I really liked this one because of how it started out. Thank you for the info on the linen, flax. So flax linen, I did do a video on the flax linen sheets and how much I really, really like them. I still love them. Best sheets I've ever had. So I'll link you back to that video. Just know though, in that video, I was incorrect on the pillow because I thought the pillow was 100% cotton. It was only the pillowcase, so I was wrong. Still love the pillow though. So I have the organic cotton pillowcase plus the linen pillowcase over the top of that. So she goes on to say, I previously read a study by Heidi Yellen about the frequency of materials, linen and wool, were a frequency of 5,000, but would cancel each other out if used together, which is interesting because God specifically says in the Old Testament, he didn't want his people wearing garments made of woolen and linen with the fibers mixed together. The body frequency is 100 and organic cotton is also 100. Anything lower is a strain on the body. I had purchased a yard of 100% linen. Lots of blends out there to avoid. Yeah, I was looking for linen to make skirts with because I decided I wanted to try making linen skirts because they breathe better and I think they're going to wear better than my cotton ones that I make. You know, specifically for my work skirts because I'm pretty hard on them. You got to really look for 100% linen. A lot of them have blends with unnatural fibers. At the fabric store, went on sale to experiment. I washed the linen with baking soda and tumbled dry. I used 100% cotton thread, couldn't find organic, yeah, that's almost impossible, and sewed up a crude pillowcase. I didn't change anything else on my bed. Still the same foam-filled pillow, synthetic mattress cover, cotton sheets. I woke in the morning, was surprised I didn't have a tension headache, as I usually do right away in the morning. I figured that was a fluke, so I told myself, give it a week. I am happy to report I haven't woke with a headache since. Pretty cool. I will definitely be researching more and rethinking my clothing. So yeah, because I've been so sold on the linen sheets, I sleep better. It really is great when you're having hot flashes. It just pulls the heat away from you rather than radiating it back to you like cotton usually does or any synthetic fiber would. And so because of that, I'm starting to make myself a couple of linen skirts to see how that makes, especially for the summertime because of how well it breathes. But it's also warmer in the wintertime than just like regular cotton. So moving on to the next person's testimonies. The first one is actually of my mom. About 25 years ago, she was injured on the job and couldn't use her right arm. And with workers' comp taking so long to decide whether her injury was worth treating surgically, she worked with a special needs kid, and while she was helping one walk, he dropped so hard that the force tore her shoulder muscles and fractured her shoulder. She was on over 1,200 milligrams of ibuprofen a day. Oh, that's terrible. For the pain in her shoulder. Because ibuprofen, acetaminophen, those things are so toxic. I mean, I believe in using them if you absolutely have to. I'm not absolutely against it. But if you're having to take it frequently, it's really a good idea to find something else because those are some of the most toxic substances on the market. For the pain of her shoulder and joint fusing together. Had it gotten surgically treated, that would have been avoided. Many years later, after a corrective surgery, she was in a car accident that jolted that healed site and required pain medicine again. But by this time, she didn't have health insurance because it cost too much. So she was forced to find other natural solutions. Eventually, she found Arnica tablets in the homeopathic section of a local grocery store. Within a week, there was a significant difference, and she was able to start healing of the car accident and pain if it reawoken. It never seemed very strong to me until one day I had a horrible migraine and wasn't able to rid with ibuprofen, acetaminophen, aspirin. So I took some of her Arnica tablets and massaged some Arnica oil on my head, and it helped significantly. I hope to grow my own one day, so we always have it on hand. Yes, I recommend if you can grow Arnica, do. The second testimony is more a compilation of natural healing of myself and my family in general. Aside from Arnica working to relieve monster migraine, I have asthma that is not allergy induced, although a few foods out there like mac and cheese and other heavily processed foods can. So I'm assuming she's referring to boxed mac and cheese. You can make a great healthy homemade mac and cheese, which I have a remastered video on that coming out soon. Lobelia, which in a previous video I did spell it wrong and pronounce it wrong. So Lobelia, and I'm probably still pronouncing it wrong, but anyway, it's Lobelia. So, albeit dangerous at higher doses, and manzanita leaves help with that. Both are horribly bitter, but either in tea form, with many other herbs to mask the flavor, or by smoking it, either like a cigarette or just thrown in the wood stove, or as an incense. Those two help better than my prescription asthma medication. That's cool. I also have type 1 and 2 diabetes, and when I have too much sugar, I get this awful thing called diabetic itch. It's as bad as poison oak or chicken pox, but by adding a drop of cinnamon oil to my coffee, along with stevia to sweeten instead of sugar, and by using cayenne-infused coconut oil on my feet and hands to stop the itch, I feel like I finally have some control over it. I also only found out a couple of years ago that I've had type 1 diabetes my whole life. But interesting, with a natural sugar only and no processed foods, mostly vegan diet growing up, it never affected me worse than very frequent trips to the restroom, gotta pee a lot, and some midday fatigue, and left me falling asleep in class sometimes. And now that I know about that, that was probably from missing breakfast, possibly related. A lot of what I ate as a child was what we grew in our backyard, and our salads included things like pansies, clovers, and strawberry flowers or leaves. Elderberry syrup. The lady I buy elderberry syrup from has an amazing recipe, including variations of an elderberry fire cider. It doesn't matter how sick I am or what I am sick with, just 3 days of taking either the fire cider or the regular elderberry syrup, it's like I was never sick at all. Whenever my daughter is sick now, which is rarely, I have her sip a pint of elderberry syrup the whole first day. Wow, that's a lot. It flushes everything right now. It's nutritious, and it's something she's not disgusted by, so she actually wants to take it. Elderberry are sure a miracle plant. When I used to live in the same town as her, I used to call her the purple milk lady because she would deliver my orders on my doorstep like a milkman would. We grow elderberry here, and I do have a recipe for elderberry syrup. It's my personal recipe. That works great. Usually if we feel anything coming on, I just take a shot of it. Just a shot, meaning like a shot glass. And that usually does it. And then if I have like a sore throat and cough, I find just kind of sipping on it slowly and letting it kind of run down my throat is very, very helpful at soothing the throat and curbing the cough. Before I found my elderberry lady, my mom had a friend younger than me who made these honey pastes, honey and powdered mushrooms, honey and herbs, etc. My mom bought a small jar of honey with ginger, cinnamon, turmeric, and black pepper once. And after a busier get-together at church, I felt ill and achy all over and lost my voice. I ate a few spoonfuls of that honey turmeric mixture and almost instantly started feeling better. So remember, the raw honey itself has so many great medicinal benefits, as well as being a good preservative. The aches disappeared almost immediately. My throat didn't hurt as much. I was able to clear my cough, and my head wasn't as foggy. And I didn't feel as cold. I took maybe 4 tablespoons a day for a few days, and then whatever I had was gone. Last story. This house that I am renting now, I could not grow a garden. We moved in too late in the year, not to mention it was on average 113 degrees Fahrenheit from July through September. It was extremely disappointing, but as much as I don't like where I am, God absolutely put me somewhere that I didn't need to grow my own healing herbs. Okay, He put me in a place where I have overabundant dandelion, wood sorrel, common mallow, plantain, daisies, self-heal, pine, fir, miner's lettuce, wild mustard, wild broccoli, wild strawberries, manzanita, madrone, river rhubarb, clovers, blackberries, raspberries, and whoever managed the park before we moved in had grown grapes, figs, apples, plums, pears, and I'm sure many other plants that I just haven't found yet. In addition to the fish and crawfish and mussels in the river just a couple hundred feet away from my house, last winter my mom caught the newest strain of the C virus from work, where they ironically work so hard to prevent it at the workplace, and we were out of money. So I went foraging and made a couple quarts and pints of tea of most of the herbs I listed, along with local raw honey and cinnamon and cloves and nutmeg and some sprouts of wheat, hemp, and flax. I had my mom drink that, and since she could not stomach anything else, she ended up going through a whole quart in a few days. But it not only helped her immune system, it had seed sprouts, so she was getting protein with it. By the following week, she was fine again. And I have a few jars left for when we get sick. As much as I hate where I am because of the people here, God really did bless me and with a place I didn't need to grow my own garden. I am forever grateful for the landscape He placed me in, especially since I am essentially my family doctor. So one thing to remember, people, regardless of where you live, regardless of the climate or just the type of area that it is, whether it be very, very wet like our area, very cold, or very, very hot, there's always going to be something you can find that grows wild that's going to have medicinal properties. It's a matter of learning about what's available to you. Like almost every place has plantain, and most places also can find dandelion, but there's many other things. There's things that just don't naturally grow here. Like mullein, for example, doesn't naturally grow in our very wet, rainy climate. However, we were able to get some acclimated seeds. And so now for the first time, I'm growing mullein after many tries. Getting acclimated seed also was what made the big difference. So I think I have 5 plants right now, healthy plants that are growing really well. If you'd like to send in your own natural healing testimonies, then please just type it out, send it to me at raincountryhomestead@gmail.com with the title Natural Healing Testimony, so I know which folder to drop it in. Just keep in mind I have quite a bit in there. It could take me a while to get to yours, so just be patient. But this is a great series. A lot of people are enjoying it, hearing the real life stories that people have shared. We can read about all this stuff online, but hearing it from the source, from the people who've really used these items and helped themselves to get better from various different things, that I think that really helps to get us looking more into it and learn more, because we can learn so much from each other, and that's one of the reasons why I do these videos. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.